everyone to Yin Yoga. This is Angie, and you are either on Zoom or Facebook Live on Prime Plus Facebook site. So welcome, and I'm glad you're here. I have, we're going to do Yin Yoga, so make sure that you have your blocks, or if you don't have blocks, use a firm pillow or a nice sturdy blanket. So wrap it nice and tight, tightly wrapped blanket. We might be on our knees, so if you have any knee issues, I like to use blankets. If you have a special knee pad, you can always use a knee pad. And then for some stretching, sometimes with leg extensions, I'll have a strap. So again, you don't have to buy any of this. You can use what you have at the house. So if you have a belt that's long enough, that extends out to the feet and around, and both hands can hold on, that would be fantastic. So I'll give you a minute in case you need to get that. While I discuss just in general how yoga works. If you're new to this process, Yin Yoga is a lot of stretching. There isn't a lot of flow. It's very different from a flow yoga where you stand up, you go into warrior poses, a lot of stability in standing poses in flows or vinyasas. That's more of a yang style, more active style of yoga. Yin Yoga is on the mat. We use a lot of just props to help support us or adjust our bodies because we stretch deeply into it, but sometimes we don't want to go beyond an edge. And so sometimes placing a blanket under a knee so that it doesn't stretch any further helps. And I'll guide you through this as we go into each of the poses today. Every class will be slightly different. I like to work on different parts of your body, maybe spine, back, sometimes legs, hips, hip flexors. So each class will always be a little bit different with me, but the general principles of yoga will always be, there will always be joint freeing, we'll always open up and try and open up joints to begin with, and always starting with Pranayama, which is our breath word, Pranayama. So energy, the prana is the energy, the life force, right? And the yama is the breath of it all, moving the life force. So breathing is really important. Today I'm going to start us in what's called a long bench. And you will need either your two props to support your back and your head. I'm going to show you with my blocks that I will have one block lengthwise onto the mat. This is where my scapula, my shoulder blades will be placed there. And the head will be a little bit higher. Again, lengthwise. The back of the head will be here. I'll show you. We're just going to start like this to open up the lungs, opening up the chest and supporting the lungs and the heart. So the base of whatever you're using, if it's your pillow or a tightly wound blanket, will start at the bottom of the shoulder blades and then slowly just begin to relax the shoulder blades completely onto the block. The head will be placed onto the other block so that the chin is about slightly up but not tilting forward towards the heart. We want it open. Any issues with the cervical spine, adjust the block as you need it. This is just a general, very general form of doing it. Some people may need the head up higher, depending on their cervical spine, and so just bring your block up to a higher level. Others may find that they need to go down further to open up, and it's all right, as long as it's all right with the cervical spine, you can do this. Remembering there should never be any pain. All right, maybe some intense stretching or discomfort in Yin Yoga, but no pain. Any yoga, there shouldn't be any pain. You modify and adjust. The legs can be straight out. They can be in a bound angle, so the bottoms of the feet come together and the knees splayed out. If this is comfortable for the inner groin muscle, you can come this way. You can even bring the feet forward slightly to the side of the mat, bring the knees in. This really is supportive of the lower back if you're finding that you're really sensitive today in the lower back. Once you find a position that you're comfortable in, right, Legs out. You may even place the legs out and find that you'd like to have a blanket under the knees. It just helps to, again, decrease any tension you have in the lower back. Sometimes if I find that I like that, I'll just move my mat up and just place just a little bit of a bump. And this helps to just mind the knees. So once you find the positions comfortable for you, arms can come out into a T, opening up through the chest, feeling the shoulders dropping down. And feel the chest, the lungs, the heart completely supported. The head stays in alignment with the spine, eyes are gently just sitting in their sockets, and you can begin to close the eyelids if comfortable with for you. You can adjust the arms at any point. You can even choose to bring the arms up and really feel a gentle stretch through the shoulders. Or maybe it's too intense and you need to bring it down. Breathe. Inhale through the nose. Feel the chest rise. Exhale. Feel the chest drop. Feel the shoulder blades completely relax and surrender into the block or your pillow or blanket. Continue to breathe through the nose, listening to the breath as it flows in, touches the throat, the larynx, down the trachea into the lungs. Deep breath in through the nose. Continue, and then exhale everything out. Feel the belly button pressing towards the spine. Feel the shoulder blades completely surrender. You're going to spend about 1.5 minutes here. Removing all of your thoughts. Directing your mind inward. Clearing the mind. Focusing on the breath. On the inhale. On the exhale. Maybe setting an intention for yourself or someone else. Knowing that in yoga, it's all about acceptance of who you are. Not what others think that you are or what you wish for them to perceive of you. But who you really are, the truth, the honest truth of that light within you. Accepting yourself, accepting your body as it is today with gratitude, with kindness. Leaving the feelings, the ego at the door. Inhale, begin to bend the knees if they aren't already bent. Bring the arms up overhead if they've been out by the side. Again, if you have any shoulder issues, just be mindful, listen to them. Bringing the opposite hand to the opposite elbow and bringing the forearms to the forehead. Breathe. On your exhale, slowly dropping the forearms down to the crown of the head. Noticing the gentle stretch through the armpit, through the sides of the pectoralis muscles. Feeling maybe the deltoids, the shoulders. See if you can relax the shoulders with each exhale. Your exhalation is the best tool to help you relax. Focusing on the breath, exhaling, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, maybe allowing the arms to hang lower. Adjusting yourself as you need to. Allowing the arms to drop. Noticing how maybe the right shoulder area feels compared to the left shoulder area. Notice how the back, the spine is feeling. The knees bent helps to support the lower spine. Releasing tension. Deep breath in, extend the arms out, reaching out to the side, a T, and then hands come back by the sides, by the hips, bringing the palms down, forearms begin to engage to the floor. Breathe. Bring the knees side to side. Notice how the hips feel. Knees come back up. Pressing the feet to the floor. Bring the knees down to one side. Feel the pressure on the shoulder, on the elbow, on the forearm, on that side. Bringing the other arm around. Helping to support yourself as you slowly come up. Deep breath in, shoulders up and back once you're in a comfortable seated position. And reverse. Exhale, hands come down. And we're going to use your bolster, your pillow to sit on, or your block. And we're going to find that position, opening up here. And we're going to come into a bound angle. Palms of your feet will come together and the knees will drop down. If you have extra blankets or pillows and you find that it might be too much of an opening here, you can always prop the knees, the thighs, so that the knees don't fall any further and you don't feel any major discomfort. Intense stretching is fine, just notice how you feel. Otherwise, if you don't need it, bring that block in front of you. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. Good posture here. Shoulder blades up and back. Breathe. Making sure that your heels are no more than a foot away, your foot length away from your inner groin region. Don't need to bring them in too close. Just allowing them to open up. Sitting on a block helps to lift the hips up, therefore allowing the knees to drop down, getting maybe a little bit more of an opening through the inner groin, inner thigh region. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly come forward. Again, just listen to the body, noticing maybe this is enough for you. You're not going to come forward anymore. You found your edge. This is the wisdom of yoga. Listening to the body and knowing where you need to go. Using the breath with each movement. Inhaling, lifting up the spine, heart is lifting. Exhaling, that's when you come forward, reaching forward. Breathing, never holding the breath. If you notice that you are holding the breath, maybe you need to modify, adjust, or come into a resting position. Or just remember to breathe. Deep breath in, long spine. Maybe you can come forward a little bit more. A little bit lower. Still extending through the spine with each inhale. Exhale, relaxing deeper. Find that opening. Find your edge. Accepting where you are. One more minute. As you come to your edge, learn to relax the shoulders, exhaling, relaxing them. Exhaling the face, feel the lips and tongue hanging. Relax the muscles of the legs, relax the feet with each exhale. Deep breath in, slowly bring your hands to whatever level block you have. And then inhale, begin to straighten the spine, nice and long, lifting up the heart. Maybe bringing the block up to the next highest level if you have that option. Lifting up a little bit higher, reaching up, bringing the hands by the knees, lifting the top of the head and the heart. Good posture here. Relax the knees, breathe. Inhale, bring the knees in slowly. Move your block. Maybe coming off of that block. We're going to bring the hands by the hips gently and slowly begin to windshield wiper the knees. Just opening up, stretching out through the quadricep as you bring that one knee over and around. Nice and tall, extending forward the legs. Stretching, bringing the hands behind you a little bit further, fingertips pointing towards your toes. And then lift the heart, point the toes away, and slowly just lift up only what is comfortable for you. The chest, maybe the hips want to come off the floor an inch or two, and bring it back down. Press the hips back towards the the fingers, and then lift up. Make sure both sit bones are comfortably onto the mat, firmly into the mat, or onto the floor or carpet, wherever you are. And then slowly, we're going to hinge at the hip coming forward. Again, if you have any issues with the knees, you can always bend them slightly. And then slowly come forward. Breathe. You might use a strap here, inhaling up, just noticing how you felt. And we're going to come a little bit deeper. So you can always use a strap around the feet. You can always place a blanket underneath the knees. So finding and choosing that area and that support, that tool that will help you get deeper into your caterpillar. Right. Deep breath in, chest rises, good posture. Exhale, come forward, hinging at the hip. Breathe, stretching. Again, if you notice that you're feeling stretching more at the hip bone, at the bottom of your hip bones, than in the meat of the actual hamstring, then the knees ever so slightly, so that the stretch is more in the center of the hamstring than at the connections where the bones are. Deep breath, exhale, come forward, maybe on your next exhale, just a little bit deeper. Breathe. About a minute and a half here. And once you found your edge, then begin to relax the shoulders. The chin drops. Breathe. Think of bringing the belly button towards the thighs more than the heart towards the knees. Inhale and slowly walk the hands up, maybe 6 to 12 inches, and begin to lift the heart up, reaching up, top of the head reaching up, and slowly walking the hands back, noticing the hinge at the hip. And then again, coming back, lifting the heart, point, flex your toes, rotate the ankles, one direction, and then the other. And slowly coming up, deep breath in. We're going to come onto our backs for a supported bridge. You'll need a prop for this one. So a blanket or a pillow, or if you have your blocks, use the blocks. And we're going to come around onto our backs, slowly coming onto our backs, making sure that you have a block by your hip. You might even use two, depending on how flexible your lower back, your back is. And pressing the shoulder blades in slightly is always helpful with our supported bridge. Begin to bend the knees and squeeze them in. Just begin by stretching the lower back before we come into a supported bridge. Press the thighs into the abdominal region. Squeeze and then drop the knees down. Try and keep the calf muscles close to the thighs. As you drop the feet down, pressing the heels into the floor, you might even find that you're about an inch away. This is very good to support your bridge pose so that the knees are over the heels. You get the best sort of support and foundation as you lift the hips up. Might have those blocks nearby, one or two. If you wish to go to a really high level, I always recommend using one block on top of the other. It gives you good support as you place the block under the sacrum or your tailbone. The knees are about hip width apart, so are the feet. The knees are tracking the second and third toes. And as you press the belly button down, getting a C shape in your belly, so the belly pressing towards the spine, towards the floor, the tailbone comes up. And then engaging the quadriceps and the glutes, begin to lift up. Maybe the shoulder blades come in slightly. And lift up. Knees are pressing straight forward, tracking those toes. Breathe, one vertebrae at a time, lifting, holding, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time down. Just assessing how you feel and how high you wish to come. And now we're going to come and use the supports. So, belly button pressing down, glutes, quadriceps engaged, lifting. Have your block or blocks ready. Find that spot you wish to go to and place the block right underneath where the tailbone will be. Right underneath, and then bring it closer up towards the chest, maybe an inch, and press it down. Breathe. You should feel completely supported by the block or blocks. Arms can come out to the side. They can come into a gold post, opening up the chest. You can even extend them out, or they can come right down by the sides of the body and close in around the block. Deep breath in. And slowly, maybe beginning to extend the right leg out, pressing the leg towards the floor, relaxing it down, feeling maybe a gentle stretch through these hip flexors. Breathe. If it is uncomfortable on your lower back, then bend the knee again and stay in your supported bridge and not pontoon. This is what I call pontoon. Maybe the left leg will extend down, relaxing completely. Heart is completely relaxed. Shoulders are surrendering into the floor. The back of the head in line with the spine, placed firmly into the mat or floor. Breathe. We'll stay here about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Anytime you need to adjust, please do. If you need to adjust the height of your block, take your time, use your breath. If you need to bend the knees into a normal supported bridge, do so. Again, listening to the body. Focus on the breath. See if you can relax the back, the shoulders. Relax the face, the eyes, the cheekbones, the jaw. Licking the lips, relaxing the tongue and the lips. You can remain here in your pontoon or your supported bridge, or we're going to come into a supported shoulder stand. And I'll show you this first, how to do it. And if you choose to try it, then just take your time, breathe. You're going to be in supported bridge to begin with. So if you're in pontoon, bend the knees, place your feet firmly into the floor, bending about 90 degrees at the knee to the ankle. Begin to lift up one leg. Make sure it feels supported by your block or blocks. And then maybe the left leg will lift and meet up. Again, adjust as you need to. And then maybe the legs will extend and the heels press up towards the ceiling as if you're going to try and hold up that ceiling, as if you are the foundation. Breathe. Oops. Again, it's important to have a good, stable position. And we'll stay here for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Some people love this pose and can stay in this for 5 to 10 minutes. If you wish to stay with your legs up for a while, you can always choose to do it at the end of class and bring your hips up against the wall if you have an open wall space, and then bring the legs up onto the wall. You don't need to use the blocks. You can use a blanket or a pillow underneath if you have legs up the wall. It's a very comforting position, excellent for lower back issues. Again, anytime you wish to come back into supported bridge, you may. If you find having your feet up doesn't feel comfortable to you. Again, feel the shoulders surrendering into the mat. The arms can be in whatever position you prefer. And begin to slowly bend one leg, bring the foot down to the floor, then the other leg, taking your time. Press the heels into the floor. Engage your core, engage your glutes and your quadriceps. Always prepare the body before it moves. And then slowly lifting up, remove your block one vertebrae at a time, dropping to the mat, to the floor. Breathe. Bring in the right leg, squeeze it in, extend the left leg. Find a strap, and we're going to do some twists. So we're going to stretch the spine out, completely different now. Counter pose. First, squeeze in the right leg. Find your strap, have it nearby. Extend the right leg. Press the right calf to the floor and bring in the left knee. Squeeze it. Breathe. Bring in both knees, side to side movements. Maybe having a box grip coming around, maybe catching the wrists, maybe the forearms, maybe you can catch the elbows. Relax the head to the floor. Inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze the thighs in. Holding it there, inhale again. You'll notice you cannot take in as much air as you previously could. Squeezing those lungs with the thighs. Inhaling. Exhale, squeeze just a little bit more. And then begin to release the hands side to side. Maybe bringing the tailbone down and then bring the knees up. So knees away and up. Just notice and move the spine. Before we do our twist, and we're going to extend the left leg down, right knee in, pressing it in. Find your strap and bring that strap to the base of your right toes and extend up. Nice and long through the hamstring, through the calf to the heel. Bring the toe, face those toes towards you. Press them towards you. You feel that hamstring stretch even more. And then slowly press the left thigh, the left calf to the floor, and then drop the right leg out to the right side, away from your midline. Breathe, kick both hip bones to the floor. Breathe. Holding it here for about 30 seconds. You can always, if your leg doesn't go to the floor, always place the support underneath it if you would like. It's like a block or a blanket or a pillow. And that can help if the leg does not drop down. Especially when we twist in the opposite direction, you may need a block as you twist the spine gently over the left leg. So begin to engage the left leg towards the floor. Deep breath in, and using the right hand to help lead the right leg up and over. Adjust as you need to. I know I need space. And then switching hands, left hand will take over
and guide the right leg over the left. Your right hip is going to come off the floor. Try and keep both shoulder blades onto the floor. Right arm comes out into a T. Breathe. Again, here you might use blocks, supports for the leg if the twist is too much for the leg to come all the way down to the floor. Breathe. You must be able to breathe. Maybe the head looks over the right shoulder. With each breath, relaxing the shoulder blades to the floor, relaxing the hip muscles, relax the hands, the feet. Breathe in your intention. Deep inhale. Exhale, begin to lift that right leg. Press the left leg to the floor. Breathe. Bring in the knee. Release the strap. Extend the right leg down. Lift up the left knee. Squeeze it in. Find the strap at the base of the left toes. And then lift up. Stand up through the heel, through the hamstring. Breathe now. Once you've got that spot, you feel the stretch, try and bring your toes closer to you. Just trying to get a little bit more stretch out. Breathe. Never holding the breath. Grabbing on with just the left hand, we're going to bring the left leg over to the left side, away from the midline. Try and keep both hip bones, both shoulders onto the floor. Right arm out in the T. Breathe. Right calf pressing to the floor. See if you can relax the shoulders, relax the face, adjusting with props, pillows, blankets. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, cleansing breath, completely relax. Inhale, slowly lift up the left leg, reaching all the way up. Right hand comes to meet the left hand, switches. Left arm comes out into a T. And then slowly tracking the left leg over. Left hip coming off the floor, accepting how this side feels compared to the other. Breathe. Shoulder blades trying to stay on the floor. Mine wants to come up today, so the twist is a little more intense for me on the left side. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Again, with each breath, relaxing through an area you're feeling tension, be it a shoulder, maybe part of your lower back, a rib, the lats, maybe it's the calf or the hamstring. Or if you need more of a stretch, using your breath and maybe
sliding the foot up a little bit higher, increasing the stretch through the hamstring. Deep breath in, and slowly begin to engage your right leg, lifting up the left, reaching up, maybe finding a little more stretch, bending the knee, squeeze it in, and dropping it down, extending the full body all the way out. We're going to come into a crescent shape, we call this banana asana. And the hips stay where they are. They're rooted. Their foundation is here. You're not moving the hips. We're moving the feet over to the lower right corner of the mat. You might even come off the mat, depending on how flexible your left hip is. The arms reach up on the floor, laying there. And then slowly we'll scoot maybe shoulder blades and hands over to the upper right corner of the mat. The head is between the arms. The arms are extending if possible, or bent at the elbow if you have any shoulder sensitivity. Maybe the left foot will cross the right to increase the stretch, maybe not. Both hips pressing down to the floor in their original location. Feeling the stretch through the left side of the body. So these are all different forms of moving the spine in a twist, in a side bend, lifting up in our bridge, bending it. And we started off in caterpillar, in a forward fold. Slowly we're going to bring our feet back to center, hands and head back to center. Extend fully, realigning the spine, preparing for the opposite side. So rooting your hips to the floor, move the feet to the lower left corner of your mat, or maybe off the mat. And then maybe your shoulder blades will move to the left, and your arms will be guided over towards the upper left corner. Head is between the arms. Breathe, both hips pressing to the floor. Try and keep both shoulder blades on the floor. Maybe the right leg will cross over the left. Notice how this side feels. What the difference may be. Maybe it's a shoulder, maybe you're not feeling it through the hip. Adjust as you need to. Breathe, always breathe. Coming back to center, extending, realigning. Deep breath in. Arms come down, bend the knees, squeeze them in one last time. Again, stretching the spine in the completely opposite direction and slowly coming into a seated position. However you like. If you like to roll, you can roll forward and sit up, or just use your arms. Any way that should come up is all right by me. All right, a lot of spine stretches today. One last stretch will be the hips though. We're going to loosen the hips, it's all connected, lower spine. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into what I call fire log, where we try to stack the foreleg, the lower leg, onto each other, like a fire log. So you probably will need lots of blocks, maybe even sitting on a small blanket or your pillow. but definitely supports may be needed underneath both knees. So you may need to get an extra pillow if you have one handy. So I like to extend first completely out, opening the legs into our dragonfly and just slowly coming forward, stretching the back one more time before we reach the hips. And just allow the feet to relax. Inhale, slowly coming right back up. And then bring the right leg, we're going to start with the right leg underneath. And see about bringing it so that it is in line parallel to the side of your mat or floor. So essentially it's parallel to your hips. All right, the knee can be out slightly, but if you can, bring it in so that it's maybe in alignment with that one side of your hip. And then we're going to cross the left leg over. And you may find this is where you stay. That's perfectly fine. Let me see, can you see? I might need to go back further. Okay. Just want to make sure you can see. And then maybe you start bending that knee. Again, this may be it. Or you might find that that block will start helping you to bring an inch your foot closer to you. Because, I'll show you, eventually you might progress so that your left ankle will come onto the right knee and the left knee will come over the right ankle. All right, so now that you are stacked, and if you find you have a lot of space, using a block or a blanket to help support it to begin with. And notice you'll be feeling this in your outer hips. Right? And if you come forward, you'll feel it a little bit more in your lower back. This opens up the SI joint, lots of relief again in the lower back region, and lots of stretch in the hips. So, and as you begin to relax into the pose, we'll begin to slowly, maybe removing props as the knee starts to come down and drops further. And again, you must use your breath with the movement. And knowing where the edge is, adjusting as you need to. There shouldn't be any pain in the knees. So again, if there's pain, then bring those knees, the feet forward to release any stress or pressure you might be feeling on your knees. All right, you shouldn't have any pain in your hips. It should be just mainly stretching. So again, bringing the feet forward so that they're not stacked helps to relieve the pressure there. So sitting up tall, once you've gotten to your position, we might come forward. Maybe have a block in front of you and slowly just reach forward with the heart. Feel that belly button reaching down towards the space between the legs. As you come deeper, you'll feel this stretch intensify. Breathe. Exhale, see if you can relax the tension, relaxing the mind. And again, bring your intention to your inhale. Inhaling it in. And with each exhale, releasing the tension, releasing that which does not help you. This is where yoga is so different from any other form of body movement, exercise, stretching. You must be able to learn to listen to the body, communicate, first with yourself, and then you reach out to others and you become a better listener, a better communicator. 30 more seconds. Focusing on the hips. See if you can relax the sit bones into the floor. Relax the hips closer to the floor. Again, using props anywhere you need to. Adjusting, modifying as you need to. Slowly begin to press your hands into the floor, the block, whatever you're using, and begin to lift the heart. Reaching up to the top of the head, bringing your hands back behind you, lift the heart, and then slowly come forward. Move the box out of your way, and then maybe lift up that left leg. Squeeze, move it around. Bring it up and extend it out. Reaching out again into dragonfly. Bringing the right knee in, squeezing, lifting, moving that femur bone and pivoting and moving in the hip socket, adjusting as you need to, and then extending out. Breathe, coming forward, stretching through the leg, letting it open. You had it bent for a few minutes there. So letting that blood recirculate into the legs completely. And then slowly coming up, reaching up. And now the left leg will be on the bottom. And again, this may be completely different from the right. So have all those blocks and pillows, blankets ready for you. Adjusting as you need to. My left leg doesn't want to come down as much. Totally fine. And then again, you can adjust and bring your right leg onto a block. And then slowly bring it back. Or know that that's where it's going to stay for today. That's enough for you. Maybe even have an extra prop underneath the leg if you need to. Or this side is no problem. And you can bring the four legs together on top of each other. And breathe through it. Lifting up through the heart. Exhaling. Allowing yourself to feel the sit bones, both sit bones into the mat, into the floor. All right, one should be lifted up. They should both be equally onto the floor. And then maybe coming forward. So exhaling, slowly coming forward. Breathing. Reaching the heart further up, tailbone pressing down towards the mat. Feeling that opening through the back of the pelvic region, the lower spine. Feel the intense stretch, yes, at the hips, medial glutes, piriformis. Maybe having that block at the high level and being able to relax here, adjusting to the next level. Again, using your breath. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Now focus on the hips. Focus on the sit bones. See if they can ground deeper into the floor. Relaxing the hips closer to the floor. Breathe. Adjusting whatever you need to. Coming out of it if you have to. Deep breath in. Bring the hands to the block, lifting up, reaching the top of the head up high. Bring the hands back behind you, lift the heart. Come forward, move your block. Lifting up your right leg, again, moving it, rotating it gently or not. And then extending it out into your half dragonfly. Left leg, lift, move, breathe, moving in that joint, moving the connective tissues, extending out one more time. Dragonfly, press the sit bones to the floor. Belly button's what's eating towards the floor. Heart reaching up, top of the head reaching forward. Breathe, coming forward. Feel that stretch through the legs. Inhaling up, deep breath in. Bring the feet together on your mat. And ready for Shavasana. Sitting slowly, coming back onto the mat. However you need to get there. Get there safely. Shoulder blades come in slightly, dropping the shoulders down to the mat. Arms come out to the side, a few inches away from the hips. Feet are about hip width apart. Now bring those toes, really engage them so they're trying to point towards my face, to your face. All right, your legs are engaging, quadriceps engaging, glutes engaged, belly button pressing down, shoulder blades pressing to the mat, and elbows bend. Make a fist, squeeze the face, inhale, exhale, relax everything to the mat. Breathe slowly in through the nose. Exhale slowly out the nose. Feel that belly button pressing to the mat. Inhale slowly and deeply through the nose. Exhale everything out the mouth. Good cleansing breath. One more cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose deep. Really fill those lungs. And then exhale out the mouth. Everything out. Really force it all out. Work that diaphragm. And then relax completely. Feel the glutes, the tailbone, completely surrender to the mat. Feel the knuckles of your hands, heavy, pressing into the mat. Feel the shoulder blades surrender. Feel the back of the head pressing, creating a pocket in the floor. Notice the eyes completely relaxed in their sockets. Eyelids are closed. Inhaling, licking the lips, and relax the lips, the tongue, the jaw. Feel that jaw dropping down towards the mat, letting gravity push it down. Notice the throat constricts slightly as the tongue relaxes completely back. Inhale your intention. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Move the head side to side. Just notice how the cervical spine is feeling. Bend the knees and gently move the knees side to side. And when you're ready, dropping the knees to one side and gently rolling over, maybe using the lower arm as a pillow. Take a breath here before coming up into a comfortable seated position. Inhale, arms come up, reaching up, palms into prayer and down. Gently bring chin to chest, stretching out the cervical spine one last time. Inhale, lift the chin up. I thank you for coming here today on this gorgeous afternoon in Hampton Roads and practicing with me. Practicing not just stretching the body, but stretching the mind to communicate, to listen to the body, to understand where it is and to accept that and be joyful with what we have. With each breath that we take, with each word that we can speak kindly to another person, with each smile that we can offer as a gift to maybe make a difference in that person's day. The light in me sees and honors that light, which is you. Namaste. Thank you.